Just a coffee, please. That's what everyone thinks. Every morning, millions of people buy their coffee. But really, you just made a deposit.
Customers have handed Starbucks billions of dollars, and the company never has to pay any of it back. Not a cent. No interest. No statement in the mail. They simply load money onto a card or into an app and walk away. And somewhere in Seattle, a coffee company is sitting on a war chest of cash that would make a regional bank jealous. The strangest part? Most of the people who put that money there will tell you, with a straight face, that they have never once thought of Starbucks as a bank. But the numbers tell a different story. A much stranger story. To understand what's happening here, you have to forget about coffee for a moment. Forget the green logo, the seasonal cups, the names misspelled on the side. Because the most profitable machine inside Starbucks isn't the espresso bar. It's the little card sitting in your wallet, or the balance glowing on your phone. Here's how it works. Before you ever buy a single latte, Starbucks invites you to do something no normal shop asks of you. They ask you to pay first. Load $25, load $50, reload automatically when you run low, earn stars, climb tiers, unlock a free drink somewhere down the line. It feels like a loyalty program. It feels like a convenience. But financially, it is something else entirely. When you load money onto that card, you're handing Starbucks cash today for a promise of coffee tomorrow. That money sits on Starbucks books, and the company gets to hold it and use it until the moment you finally redeem it. Multiply that by tens of millions of customers, all topping up, all carrying small balances they haven't spent yet, and you arrive at a staggering figure. As of early 2024, Starbucks was holding around $1.8 billion in customer money on its cards and in its app. $1.8 billion. That's bigger than the deposit base of many actual chartered American banks. Except Starbucks didn't have to apply for a banking license to get it. They just had to sell the idea that paying in advance is a perk. Now think about what that money really is. In banking terms, it's called float. It's cash that belongs to someone else, but that you get to hold and use in the meantime. A normal bank takes your deposit and has to pay you interest for the privilege of holding it. Starbucks pays you nothing. 0%. In fact, you pay them, in a sense, because the money you've parked is steadily losing value to inflation while it waits for you to order a flat white. It is an interest-free loan from millions of customers, renewed every single day, with no maturity date and no demand for repayment in cash.
Turning everyday moments into something extraordinary.
Because Starbucks gift cards are what's called closed loop. The money can only be spent at Starbucks. You can't withdraw it. You can't send it to a friend's bank account. And that single limitation means Starbucks sits almost entirely outside the rules that govern real banks. No federal deposit insurance to fund. No reserve requirements. No regulators breathing down their neck about capital ratios. They get the upside of holding $1 billion+ of other people's money without almost any of the obligations that come with being a bank. It is, quietly, one of the best financial positions in American retail. But here is the twist that turns a clever cash flow trick into pure, beautiful profit. It's a term you've probably never heard, and it's the secret ingredient in this whole recipe.
Forgotten balances, slipping away like smoke.
Where did it all go?
The $5 left on a card you lost in a drawer. The 87 cents stranded on an old plastic card you'll never tap again. The balances that simply evaporate from memory. Across tens of millions of customers, a small, completely predictable percentage of that loaded money is never redeemed. Ever. And under accounting rules, once Starbucks is confident you're never coming back for it, they're allowed to do something remarkable. They get to book that abandoned money as revenue. Pure profit, conjured from coffee that will never be poured. How much are we talking about? In fiscal 2018, Starbucks recognized around $156 million in breakage. By 2023, that figure had climbed to roughly $215 million. Year after year, hundreds of millions in profit, not from selling anything, but from money customers forgot they ever gave away. Now, if you abandoned money in a normal bank account, the law in most American states forces the bank to eventually hand it over to the government under what are called escheatment rules. The money goes back toward the public. But Starbucks, sitting in its closed-loop, lightly regulated corner, gets to keep a great deal of it as profit. Forgotten by you, found by them. So step back and look at the whole machine. Millions of people voluntarily lend Starbucks over $1 billion. They charge no interest. They demand no repayment in cash. A predictable slice of them forget their money entirely, and that forgotten money becomes hundreds of millions in pure profit. There are community banks across America that would dream of a balance sheet this clean. Starbucks built one, and it didn't take a vault, a loan officer, or a single banking regulation. It took a friendly app and the human habit of paying in advance for something we love. None of this means Starbucks is doing anything illegal. It isn't. What it means is that the most powerful product Starbucks ever launched wasn't a drink at all. It was a promise, prepaid, that quietly turned a coffee company into one of the most efficient lenders in the country, where the depositors line up by the millions, the interest rate is 0, and the bank gets to keep whatever you leave behind.
What if your morning cup could change everything?